Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen Wassalatu wassalamu ala Ashrafil Mursaleen Amma ba'd. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Today we begin our session. This is the second session in the Maraqi Sadat fi Ilmi Tawheed wal Ibadat. We are doing the Tawheed chapter, doing the Aqeedah section, and this is going to be the second session in that section. Today's section is much easier, much less intensive than the one that was before. We have already completed with regards to the sifat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We have already done our understanding of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, belief in Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and everything. Now we go to a second session, that what happens after death. Death, kullu nafsin za'iqatul maut. كما قال الله في القرآن صدق الله العظيم. Every soul shall taste death. This is a reality. This is something that is part and parcel of living. We are all hawadis. Hawadis means that we have come to exist. Anything that is hadis, anything that comes to exist, must perish, must come to an end. That is the understanding of anything that comes to be. So obviously, with regards to deen as well, with regards to religion as well, there is going to be an aspect that relates to that part of life as well. When the life ends, what happens beyond this life that we see in front of us, that is materialistic and everything, what happens then, and what is our belief regarding that? So we are going to look at those things Allamah Shurumbulali has mentioned over here, and we are going to continue from the place that we had stopped before. And he writes, فَإِذَا اسْتَوْفُوا ذَلِكَ. What? When that completes, meaning when the body dies away, when a person dies away, he has fulfilled his time in his life, which was preordained, pre-given by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that this is the amount of time that the person has been assigned. When the time ends, then obviously that the life is taken away from the person. وَإِذَا اسْتَوْفُوا ذَلِكَ. When that is completed, أمر الله تعالى ملك الموت بقبض أرواحهم. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives a command to the Malak al-Maut that you must take their souls. So the soul goes and takes so Malak al-Maut goes and takes the soul away. فَإِذَا دَفَنُوا. And when he is buried, then يُعِيدُ اللَّهُ الْحَيَاةَ فِيهِمْ. Then Allah returns the life into them, but not like a complete life. It's a different life, right? فَيَعْقِلُونَ السَّوَالِ. They understand, they realize, and they understand the questioning. وَيَقْدِرُونَ عَلَى رَدِّ الْجَوَابِ. And they have ability over answering that question with an answer. So this hayat, this life that is given to them, it is of a different aspect, where they are given only this much understanding, that they can understand the question and they can respond the answer. فَيَأْتِيهِمْ مَلَكَانِ. Then two angels come to them. Who are these two angels? Munkar wa Nakir. Munkar and Nakir, they come to them in their grave. فَيَجْلِسَانَ الْمَيَّتِ. And they make the mayyat sit up. فَيَقُولَانِ. And they say, مَا كُنْتَ تَقُولُ فِي هَذَا الرَّجُلِ. What do you say with regards to this personality, this being, this person? And who is this person? This person is Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. فَيَقُولُ الْمُؤْمِنُ. So the mu'min, the person who believed in Allah and His Rasul, he would say, هُوَ عَبْدُ اللَّهِ وَرَسُولُهُ. He is the servant, the slave of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and he is Allah's messenger. And then he will reiterate it with his shahada. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأن محمد رسول الله. That I bear testification there is no deity worthy of worship except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is the messenger of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. فَيَقُولَانِ. So they will say, قَدْ كُنَّا نَعْلَمُ أَنَّكَ تَقُولُ هَذَا. Indeed, definitely, we knew that you are going to say this. ثم يفسح له قبره 70 ذراعا. Then his grave will be expanded. It will expand. How much? 70 cubits. Zira means arm length, and this is 70 cubits, 70 arm lengths. Fi 70 dharan, by 70. So the same place where your body is buried, 6 feet, only a little bit of space, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala expands it for the mu'min, the person who believes, and expands it so much that it becomes like a big villa for him to just rest. ثم ينور له فيه. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will make it illuminated. Now, what kind of illumination are we talking about? And with nur, with contentment, with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's mercy over there, right? Not that they're going to put the tube lights and the flashlights over there. So the grave then will be made completely illuminated with the nur of Allah, and then they will be told, ثُمَّ يُقَالُ لَهُ, and it will be said to them, Nam, sleep. However, the person is going to say, فَيَقُولُ أَرْجِعُ إِلَى أَهْلِي فَأَخْبِرْهُم, that should I not return to my family so that I can inform them, right? That the questioning and everything has been done correctly. Now, question comes over here. This what is happening over here, what Allamah Shurumbulali is mentioning here, we know about this incident, that the Munkar and Nakir are going to come and question and ask, but we didn't know about these details though, in the more well-known aspect, like should I not go to my family and everything. What we commonly know, and this is what Allamah Nablusi also mentions with regards to it as well, that is the three questions, is the three well famous questions that the Munkar and Nakir are going to ask. And it is mentioned that the angels are going to ask, Man Rabbuk, wa man Nabiyyuk, wa ma Dinuk, that who is your Lord and who is your Nabi, and what is your deen, Islam. In the more well-known mashhur aspect of this among our people, it is known that the first will be Marrabuk, who is your Lord, Ma Dinuk, what is your religion, and Ma kunta ra'yuk fi hadha ar-rajul, and what is your opinion with regards to this personality. So these are different aqwal that have been reached in this. What Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah we believe in is that yes, these questioning will occur, and the questioning will be according to the person, and these questions are not really so as to say your entrance examination that you get Mar Rabbuk, and then you have to say you have to memorize it, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that you it has to be Allah, and man Nabiyyuk, then you have to say Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and Madinuk, you have to say Islam. No, it's not going to be like that. Perhaps how Allamah Nablusi has mentioned with regards to this is that Mar Rabbuk, who was your sustainer? Was it that your reliance in the dunya was upon Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Did you make tawakkul on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or instead did you make tawakkul on other means? So I normally say to my students that it's going to be something coming out of a person's heart. If a person has believed his entire life that he has to earn money so that his money can run his entire life, then at that time when the angel is going to ask Mar Rabbuk, who is your Lord, the person will not be able to say Allah is my sustainer, Allah is my Rabb. He will automatically mention my Rabb is the Mal, my Rabb is the money, or those who have been indulged in their progeny and their in their offsprings and everything, that all I have are my children, and my children will bring me my pride and everything. So they will say, al-bunun, my children, they were my Rabb, meaning they were the ones who drove me in my life and everything. So the questions are going to be more on the reality, hakika of the issue. What happens exactly in your mindset, right? You are going to say, you will be asked, ma dinuk. We know a Muslim has to say Islam, but if a non-Muslim also learns about it, or these are the questions, let me just make a cheat sheet and I will just go there and rattle it out. It will not work. Even from among the Muslims, how would happen? Ma dinuk, what is your deen? And you will be sitting there and you will say, like, yes, my life was all about Islam and everything. I know I am a Muslim and everything, but what did I do in my life? I went ahead and I used to worship with the Hindus in their temples, or I used to worship with the Christians in their churches as well, or a unification of different adyan religions and everything. So how will he say, no, my deen is Islam? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, inna deena indallahi al-Islam, that the religion in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it's Islam, right? وَمَنْ يَبْتَغِي غَيْرَ الْإِسْلَامِ دِينًا فَلَنْ يُقْبَلُ مِنْهُ, that whoever seeks a religion other than Islam, then it will never be accepted from him. So how can then a person go around and say, no, other religions are also on the same level and we should give them the same acceptance and everything? Not only that much, we should to show this solidarity of humanity, we must go and partake in their worship as well. No, remember, this option was given to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It was the easy option out. That Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam did not have to go through the whole plethora of different kinds of hardships in his life if he had just accepted. When the mushrikeen of the Makkah said that one day you worship us and one day we worship your Lord, right? The whole entire surah of Surah Al-Kafirun answers that. We do not accept that. La abdu ma ta'budun. We don't worship what you worship. It's a different thing. Lakum deenukum waliya deen. For you is your religion, for me is my religion. Right? So there is no concept of this, that then we have solidarity for another religion. Tolerance is another aspect, right? It's as a part of humanity, we live in peace with them. Peaceful coexistence is another aspect. Aman is another aspect. Security is another aspect. But to give credence to their religion is completely another aspect. If we have to give credence to their religion, then what worth is our religion? You see, if consider it from this aspect, that the two professors, one teacher says that 2 + 2 is 4, and the other one says no, 2 + 2 is not 4, it's 5. Now, can you coexist in these two realities? Only one of them is right. So you cannot say like, no, we will coexist and we will tolerate the difference of opinion. But in this case, there is no difference of opinion. 2 + 2 is 4. Unless, of course, you go into the rational and irrational numbers and the logarithms and all that. But we're not going to go into this, right? But this is the reality. Okay, inna deena indallahi al-Islam. The deen in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Islam. Islam accepted and accepted completely. So coming back to this matan now, right? Coming back to the matan, we realize that although there are different versions coming up, but he will mention those questions later on as well. He will indicate to them as well. But and so here the person says that when he is told that you sleep now, right? فيقول أرجع إلى أهلي فأخبرهم, that should I not go back to my family and then I inform them, right? So فيقولان, so they will say نم كالنوم العروس الذي لا يوقظه إلا أحب أهله إليه. No, you sleep like the sleeping of a newly wed bride, right? After the new wedding night, you sleep. Nothing disturbs that bride, completely in ease, completely in full of attention and full of love and full of contentment. لا يوقظ إلا أحب أهله إليه, that no one except the most beloved of their family wakens them. فيكون به, then he will be like that, he will rest. حتى يبعث الله من حتى يبعث الله من مضجعه ذلك, and so much so that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to bring him back, resurrect him from the place, that place where he is resting. ويقول المنافق, now on the contrary of this, on the other side of the equation, يقول المنافق, the hypocrite is going to say سمعت الناس يقولون قولا. What is this for? That for the same question, ما كنت رأيك في هذا الرجل, what do you think about this person? فيقول المنافق, so the person will say سمعت الناس يقولون قولا, that I used to hear people talk something about it. فقلت مثله, so I used to say just like that. Like many a times in our society it happens. A person says, "Wait, तुम मुसलमान नहीं? Aren't you a Muslim?" And say like, "Alhamdulillah, yeah, I'm Muslim," but there is no reality to that qawl, that statement. You just say it, a lip service, right? سمعت الناس يقولون قولا, that I used to hear people say something about it. فقلت مثله, so I said something like it as well. لا أدري, but I don't know who this person is. This is the reality, and this is important aspect in our life. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam has been sent to us as a beacon of ideal, right? He is the person that we have to look at as the person to follow, and we have to make ourselves closer towards him, whether it is in his akhlaq, whether it is in his sunnah, whether it is in his aqeedah, whether it is in his ibadat. Every aspect of his life we have to just start emulating into ourselves, and this is very, very important. Once you do that, obviously you would recognize Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam when he is presented in front of you. But when you don't do that, you do only lip service to it, then over here as well you will start doing the lip service too. So what will the angel say? فَيَقُولَانِ قَدْ قُلْنَا نَعْلَمُ أَنَّكَ تَقُولُ ذَلِكَ, that we knew from before that you are going to say like that. Because your entire life is like that. فَيُقَالُ لِلْأَرْضِ, so the earth that will be around him, it will be said, إِلْتَئِمِي عَلَيْهِ, that you come constricted upon him, فَتَلْتَئِمُ عَلَيْهِ, and it will become constricted upon it. It will just squeeze in. And, for the moment it was the 70 by 70 cubits. For him it will go squeeze in so much, فَتَخْطَلِفُ أَضْلَاعُهُ, that his ribs are going to merge into each other. They are going to get displaced, right? تختلفوا, they're going to be displaced from their position. فلا يزال فيها معذبا حتى يبعثه الله تعالى من مضجع ذلك. He will continue to be in that position of being punished, being in adhab, until Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala resurrects him from his place. Now this is only the graveyard. This is why Sayyidina Umar radiyallahu ta'ala used to mention, the graveyard is the first step. If I pass the exam over there, I have passed the exam in the later life. Since you fail over there, your adhab starts from right there. So now, وَسُؤَالُ لِكُلِّ مَيِّتٍ صَغِيرٍ وَكَبِيرٍ, this questioning that the malaika are going to do, Munkar and Nakir, this is for everyone. لِكُلِّ مَيِّتٍ, for every deceased, صَغِيرًا or كَبِيرًا, right? Whether he is young or old. يسأل إذا غاب عن الآدمية, it will be even asked to those of the people who are lost. They are not buried in the ground. They are lost, right? وَلَوْ فِي جَوْفِ السَّبْعِ. Even if they are in the belly of a predator, a lion or something like that, or غُرِقَ فِي بَحْرٍ, or they are drowned into the ocean. It does not matter how you pass away, how you end up dying. The questioning will be done to them, right? Now, modality, the hayya, how it's going to be, this is a matter that we don't know about. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to make arrangements for the questioning, and that is what we believe in. And finally he mentions over here, وَالْأَصَّحُ أَنَّ الْأَنْبِيَاءَ لَا يُسْأَلُونَ. And the most sound opinion is that the Anbiya, that the prophets are not going to be questioned. Right? This is because the Anbiya, they are chosen. Right? They are chosen from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and moreover the Anbiya are also ma'soom. Right? They are protected by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so they will not be questioned about it. So we will stop here for this part 1 of this session today, and how we are going to do this is, inshallah, we are going to divide this whole section of today into 3 portions, inshallah. Okay, and then we are going to continue section 2 in the next file. What I suggest is you pause here, go over the wordings again, or listen to it again, and then inshallah we go listen to the next section. Now, one request I wish to ask: if you feel, please let me know in the forum, if you feel that the Arabic text is not sufficient for you, and that I should present to you a portion of the English text as well along with it. Please let me know, then inshallah I will make an arrangement for that. We will see you in the next section.